Okay, we'll start.
Yes, Nisha ma'am, we can start.
Okay. Hi, all. This is Forum. Good day to you all. Now, after 5 interesting workshops where you could know more about media, PR, OTT, personality development, and fashion. Now, today I welcome all of you for the sixth session, that is from Mr. Sabyasachi Satpathy. I will first show some glimpses about him and then get back to you. Uh, Shristi,
Yes,
can you
yes,
show the video? Yeah.
yes, we are starting. Yes.
सतपथी, भुवनेश्वर ओडिशा से। मैं एक फैशनिस्टा, एक टैरो कार्ड रीडर, एक ब्रिलियंट कुक हूँ और बिसाइड्स दैट मैं ट्राइबल आर्टिकल्स को नए अंदाज से बनाता
Okay, that was beautiful. Now, Mr. Sabyasachi Satpathy, I'll tell you key personality in Odisha, and he is entered in one of the most controversial reality show, that is Bigg Boss 11, as a common contestant, who was also a part of Padu City. He's a multi-talented person. As we know, he's a fashion designer, chef, art, creator, dancer, social worker, entrepreneur, and a politician, and whatnot. Now, and also he's a trainer for people who want to enter the world of glamour. Now, Mr. Sabyasachi also hosted the auditions of Femina Miss India 2017. And on the top of everything, I'm the General Assembly Board of World Designing Forum. Now, today he is among us to discuss on the topic which is very close to all fashion designers, that is organic handloom is the next in fashion industry. So over to you, Mr. Sabyasachi. Sir, you're on
Yeah,
mute.
not audible.
You're not audible.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, now can you hear me?
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay. I was laughing looking at the video कि मैं कितना पतला था तो इसलिए
हाँ.
थैंक यू सो मच निशा जी फॉर हैविंग मी हियर।
Thank you.
ये मेरा ही परिवार है। मैं 5 दिन से सबका जो भी सेशन है वो देखते आ रहा हूँ, कभी-कभी बीच में बोलता रहता हूँ एंड मैं यहाँ पे कोई सेशन देने नहीं आया हूँ आज। मैं कुछ कहानियां बताने आया हूँ। तो
Yes,
शुरू
that
करें?
is. Yes, yes. वही तो चाहिए.
हमारा एक सिविलाइजेशन है, इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन। अगर सारे बच्चे सुन रहे हैं, सारे डिजाइनर सुन रहे हैं, तो मैं थोड़ा याद दिला दूं। एक सिविलाइजेशन शुरू होता है, एक सभ्यता शुरू होता है। A civilization started always next to a river. If anybody knows, because river is full of water, and because of water, somebody can survive, somebody can have food, somebody can utilize the water in a better way, can do farming, and quench the thirst. Besides that, can make your own fabric. So in India and in the world, every river bank used to have a small little civilization or a village or something which started creating their own fabrics. And fabric started from cotton or things, but age old since the civilization has started, everybody started utilizing the tree trunks or the leaves or anything that can be utilized later. Human being was developed then, human beings minds were developed then even, and they used to try different things. And the same thing I'm going to talk about today, that is natural fiber organic fabrics, which is a handloom fabric. We all have different states in India, and we all know that different states has got different kind of fabrics, handlooms. In our state itself, there are like 30 varieties. Like I'm from Odisha, there are varieties of handlooms here, and each one is next to a river bank. Each one has developed next to a river bank. To understand how our civilization and fabric and fashion has been together since the beginning of time. So now here I have to introduce a couple of things that you can see on my, if at all I can show you that everybody could see. These all fabrics are made out of natural fiber. These all fabrics and the designs that you can see in the mannequin, the fabrics kept here are made out of fibers, that is bamboo, banana, hemp, and somehow I have a bit of pineapple even. So understand that we count banana as a fruit, and the whole plant is utilized in a very different way. Like we use the leaf for eating food, and the stem is utilized. Again, you take the root, and it is again becomes a plant some other time. But what happens to the whole body when you peel it off? So that is made into fiber, and then made into a yarn, and it is woven. So if at all we are talking about handloom, these all things that you saw today is made out of handloom. That is not machinery used. It is made out of people weaving it on a loom by their own hands. Now we all had been talking as per the government rules or the Prime Minister's initiative about being vocal about local. What is local and what is vocal? How are you shouting? I'm sure 90% of the people must be buying stuff from online stores and must be buying the fabrics which are exported, imported from Korea, China, Japan, and other places. And we are forgetting our own handloom. Now, understand that our own handloom, one of my subsidiaries is exporting in millions to America, to Europe, to Japan. These all fabrics that you saw, and we do not know about it. We do not work on it. We do not use it because in Chintra, Pintra, we get clothes for 1200, 1500 rupees, and we're very happy to wear it once and throw it. What happens to the promises that we have done to our own weavers? What happens to the thought process of being vocal about a local? We are forgetting that. Although after a certain period of handloom and the phase of handloom, we got machineries. So machine loom had come and we started producing polyester, we started producing more better cotton and everything. But end of the day, when we started fighting about our own rights, that is roti, kapda and makan, food, shelter, and clothing. The only clothing we used to have is khadi, that was hand woven. Again, khadi was given a very different, stature in the society, and it was made into a national fabric. But we have so many other fabrics. We are rich in silk, we are rich in cotton, and we export so many cotton and silk yarns and fabrics to the world. But again, we buy stuff from China, Korea, and sometimes Japan and other places. So understand what I mean to say here, that when people say that handloom is expensive, yes, it is expensive. Why? Because a length of a handloom is woven by hand of a weaver for months together. If you would work for months together on a design, obviously you would quote a better price than you could have just made any design and sold it in the market. Nisha ji, can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're
Yes,
audible.
yes,
Means I'm
you are
going in
on.
a flow. So,
Yes, yes, yes. I didn't disturb you. I mean, your
so, so
your
the we have reached at a stage where I take a pride about my handloom, that is Odisha's handloom. Now, understand one thing: all the students here and younger ones and the friends and colleagues, those who are here, a tree, if it is not rooted, can fly off with a bit of a air or a wind. We need to be rooted. We need to know our roots and we need to know our fabrics. If we are not rooted, tomorrow somebody else will come and actually blow us up and we will be gone. If at all we are rooted to our own fabrics, first of all, then our weavers and the weaving community becomes stronger. We can export, we can make more money and get into our country, and our country's economy can be stronger. I see a lot of group of people, women wearing a different kind of handloom saris and flaunting and everything. But the same group of women again wearing different kind of other fabrics which are imported from other countries. I'm not saying that wear 24/7 your handloom, but there are so many varieties of handloom in our country that even if we wear each handloom one day, we have 365 varieties of it, and designs can be made. Enormous designs can be made. Now, students here in different institutes sitting here must be thinking, why only handloom when we can get printed fabric and organza, we can get polyester, we can get other stuff from all over, and it is available everywhere. And Surat is manufacturing it. Then why should we only talk about handloom? First of all, handloom is our own identity. When nothing was there, handloom was there. Like in real life, when nobody stands, your family stands for you. Similarly, when no fabric will actually be of your help, handloom will be of your help. That is one for sure. Second thing is, if it is not handloom, what do we have? In fabrics, we have a variety of things, but that is not handloom. So here, when I ran to my studio, I was late already, and I tried to display these things so that you understand that in internationally, if our handloom is being appreciated, is being bought in tons and tons of volumes, can you show us any other place than Khadi Gramodyog or Khadi Bhavan or Cotton Cottage where we are selling handloom? Can you find it anywhere else? We do not. Generally, we do not. But go for any fabric that is a polyester or organza or anything, or any cotton print, you'll find it in thousands of stores. Now comes the issue of costing. If those fabrics are cheaper and handloom is expensive, that's why people don't buy it, and everybody do not love handloom. But if at all our generation is creating different kind of varieties of handloom out of natural fibers, then why not to utilize it? Any of the fabrics that you see behind, these all can be colored into natural colors. These can be printed, these can be embroidered, these can be utilized with zari work and everything. But understand the base is handloom. Here I have fabrics which are made out of cotton and hemp. Hemp is a leaf, a plant, and again the hemp fiber gets into the process and it is made. Now there are silk, cotton and banana. There is banana and cotton. There is bamboo and silk. There is bamboo and cotton. There is tussar, silk and bamboo. There are varieties here, and we have more than thousands of varieties of natural fiber handlooms. So when we talk about taking India's fashion into some other level, when we talk about India's handloom or Indian fabric, these are the mother of fabrics. These are the ones which our ancestors or the people those who started the civilization had started with the same natural fiber things. Now tell me one thing. I'm sure you love to keep yourself beautiful, handsome, good looking, taking care of your hair, skin, everything. Some must be loving to go to the gym and must be doing good cardio, good exercises and everything. Some must be food lovers. Everyone is looking nowadays into organic face wash, shampoo, organic food, organic this, organic that, organic protein, organic everything. Then why not organic clothing? The moment you start thinking organic clothing, our handloom is number one. Our handloom comes to a picture where the world can actually bow down. A lot of students which are sitting here, those who are listening to me and in the session right now, a lot must be thinking that we can get into fashion blogging, we can get into fashion writing, we can get into fashion journalism, we can get into this, we can get into that. But I would tell you, go to the roots, go to the ground, go to the places where things are being developed, where people are developing a piece of fabric for months together. They would be selling it for lesser price. But that piece of fabric can create history, because those people are the weavers, or the people those who are developing are a different kind of a scientist. They are researching on it, how it can be better. We talk about global warming, and I'm sure that we all are facing in summers we are having rains, and in rains we are having cold, we are feeling cold, in cold it is very hot. So the whole weather has been changing. As I was talking about utilizing organic hair products, skin product, organic food, organic rice, organic this, organic that. Imagine when we start wearing organic fabrics, how beautiful it would be. I remember I was talking to the whole team of WDF that I never got a certification from any institute to become a designer. It was my passion. I remember I was very young and I used to pick up, the katrans, the pieces of clothes and textiles and fabrics from the next door tailor. And I used to pin it up in the dolls because I was very young. And people say, Arey, he's playing with a doll. What is wrong with it? Arey, pin, you would get hurt. But I used to create stuff because it used to look beautiful. I gave my entrance for NIFT in 1995, and I wanted to join in Delhi, New Delhi. And New Delhi was happening. Big designers were coming out of it. They were creating ripples in the 90s. They were creating a lot of name and fame. I remember those days, and I was like, NIFT, I'll become a designer, and I would have a big name. And I was what 20, and I was not given a seat in Delhi. And when I was not given a seat in Delhi, my father said, "Good, good, good. It's okay. You didn't become a tailor." Understand, he's a lawyer, but not to make me feel bad. He said, "It's okay. It's okay. It is a small thing you can become." But one thing he said, that if you have the passion, nobody can stop you. And all of you, I don't know how would you feel, but after 22 years of 95 to 22 years, I was invited as the chief guest to NIFT as a designer. I never got any certification, anything. And when I was there on the stage, I was telling people that you only can get your technical knowledge from your institute. But if you don't have the passion for fashion, if you don't have love for your fabric, if you don't want to make people look beautiful, if you do not create anything that is unusual out of the world, then do not get into fashion, because everybody's eyes goes first of all to somebody's clothes. What is that person wearing? We have a lot of politicians and leaders in this country, and we can look at them and say, even if a cartoonist can draw a simple white sari with a blue border is Mamta Banerjee, the CM of West Bengal. A white kurta and a pajama is Sri Naveen Patnaik, the CM of Orissa. If at all we talk about any simple little thing, it actually represents their personality. They were never fashionable. They were only people, those who can run a place. But look at the simplicity, and that creates their identity. Similarly, if you do not have passion for what you want to create in the world, and if you do not want to create a difference in the world, then you are just studying for the certificate of it. I had given names of Coco Chanel, I had given names of Versace, I had given name of the legendary Bhanu Athaya, who got the Oscars for the movie Gandhi in 1982 for best costume and fashion designing. So one Oscar India has got for the movie Gandhi, and Bhanu Athaya ji had won it. She is no more with us today, but imagine she has created that look for a Hollywood film, and she could do it. And today, after even you create a number of glittering with diamonds, Swarovski, and this and that, how many Oscars do you get for your designing? How many people have been nominated from India to Oscars for fashion designing? But understand, Bhanuji even didn't go to an institute to learn fashion. She had the passion. She used to sit and learn how to do things, how to do embroidery, how to stitch. She was in a shooting set, and she started stitching something, and that came out very well. She worked on it. So even if you study and do a doctorate even in fashion or fabric development or accessory designing or textile designing, you will just be learning and doing it, and you may be doing a job, and after that earning a good salary, and you must be having a good friend circle, go for a party, and common life. But when you create out of passion, that creates a statement, and that's give you an identity. I'm sure there are millions of designers, and many would not even know the names of the designers. But there are designers in this world, in this country, in this each state. We have so many NIFTs, so many INFTs, so many institutes. What are the students doing? Where are they going? To some company, becoming a designer, assistant, or this or that. How many people have come up with the brands? So the only thing is, whoever is rooted, is passionate, knows their own fabric and culture and heritage, that is your beginning. That is your platform to come up. So understand how important is this handloom to us, being vocal about our local stuff. Just writing hashtag vocal for local doesn't help. We need to work on things. There are many designers here, those who can just buy fabrics from the market and draw a thing and make the patterns and stitch it and can sell it to a client. But that is a general thing. Why today Nita Mukesh Ambani Center has so many beautiful designs out of Indian designers because they had created history in films or in some occasion. Those outfits had created history. Don't you want your outfit to be there? So if you want to make your name, you have to forget the whole world, work on your passion. And my passion is my fabric. Even in the Blender's Pride, my pride was my fabric, my handloom. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say, that do not forget that if you are rooted, then only you can go up to the skies. Nisha ji.
Yes.
Very well
Sir,
said, Satpathy ji.
Ji.
I just have a few more questions.
Ji Namrata
I
ji.
mean, whoever the fresh designers who are upcoming, they have a conflict about. Is it about the designing with any of the fabric, or they have how they have to choose the fabric? I mean, what are the benefits of organic fabric? They have to be
So
educated at the differences between the fabrics, right?
first of all, every person has a different liking. A lot of people like
Right.
different kind of things. Like I like handloom. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people have different kind of liking. People like silk. People like organza. Some like cottons only. They make a lot of things of
Mm-hmm.
cotton. Some like to mix a lot of fabric and do something. So depending what do you like, first of all, make that your choice, and what brilliant stuff you can design out of it. So choice of fabric is their own. But I would say that besides doing everything else, start working on handloom. The more and more handloom designs coming up, like we would be having our National Designers Award in the month of December. There I think we
Mm-hmm.
would be only showcasing handloom. So it is very
Mm-hmm.
important to have your choice of fabric, but you can still work on your own state handloom, your own, where you belong to, because that is easily available
Okay.
wherever you are, and you can find it and you work on it. So the first is
Mm-hmm.
charity begins at home. Start it from your home. Whatever fabrics you get in your home state, try to promote that. Try to work on it. Your client may come and ask for an organza dress, for a silk outfit, for a printed stuff, for anything, for a lycra, for a leather. But you have to understand that you have to start with your hometown and your home state.
That's right. That's really very important.
Thank you.
And at this generation, when it is more about selfies and media, social media posts that people are doing,
Hmm,
so it is
hmm.
always that they keep on changing their different styles, their outfits and things. So nowadays
See,
people are looking for something that they can easily buy, but handlooms and organic fabrics are a bit on the costlier side, on the luxury side actually.
it is always, it is always on the expensive and the costlier side. And I said one thing to a very close friend of mine. He was talking yesterday to me, like a lot of people you might have seen that they have a lot of kids. Now,
Mm.
okay, fine. It is like, people are producing kids and the family is happy with 4, 5 kids, 6, 7 kids, and whatever. People used to have 10 kids even years ago. So that's not an issue. The issue is having one child and giving the best of everything is something that makes the child grow properly, get and achieve everything in the world. The child's outlook is different, goes abroad. You cannot send 12 kids to America for study or higher studies or make doctor engineer. You may. It's very difficult for a father and mother to handle and do it. But one child, you can focus a lot of energy because everyone is busy today. Even the father and mother both are working, so they cannot give a lot of time to 5 kids. If they have one child, they can give a lot of time and make the career proper. So I mean to say here, why I gave this example, having different kind of things in a studio or in your work profile is brilliant, but what are you focusing on? And handloom is expensive because it is handmade. It has got its own value. Do you think all the kings and queens used to wear something from machine made? No. Do you think people are wearing machine made, those of high class and high standard of living and super rich and billionaires? They must be a bit. But whatever is organic, even that is good for your skin, for your environment. You are talking big on social media about environment, save water, save tigers, save forest. But what are you doing for the environment? So as I say, charity begins at home. Even you're taking organic face wash and organic food and this and that, start with organic clothing. Try and sell our handlooms as organic clothing. And in Europe and America and Japan, people are dying to have organic clothing. I have clients, those who want more and more fabrics from me. Why? Because it's organic. Understand, the word organic is literally organic. So why not to utilize it? And anything which is pure has a value. So of course, it'll be expensive.
What is the unique selling point of this organic fabric?
As I told you right now, it is rare, it is unique, it is produced less. It is somebody's hard work for months to create a length. And it is expensive because people, those who know about fabrics and good living and good eating and good wearing, they know what is organic clothing. So the unique selling point is itself is handloom is unique. So that's the selling point.
Okay. And are there any difficulties that handloom and organic fabric industries are facing? And how can we help them to overcome?
There's a lot of difficulties because like everybody wants to buy something cheaper and they can wear it once and throw it and they can buy another one tomorrow because everybody's got money, everybody has got plastic money, UPI payments, so easily online buying. So the difficulty is there's a very small segment of people, those who love handloom, those who can die for handloom, those who wear handloom only, they promote handloom. So if it is easily available to people with a lesser cost, then it can be for everyone. Now, what happens? Even the weaver's family are leaving it because the son wants to study engineering or become a doctor, and that son is going away. So the father is left with the loom. After the father, maybe the tradition of weaving stops. So the government has to intervene, set up more, weaving places, handlooms, and make and create, more weavers out of Skill India. Like I am a designer. I want to be a weaver. Nobody can stop me, but I need to learn the process of weaving. Then only. So more the products are like we have more products of handloom, and for cheaper rate it grows. So the difficulty nowadays is even if we are coming up with more organic new handlooms and new designs and patterns, the weavers are less. The buying is all abroad. People are exporting it, but in India it is less. So we need to
Right.
understand that we have to be a part of this revolution, this journey of buying a handloom and having something. Like in Handloom Day, I had said that at least for a handkerchief of handloom, have something in your wardrobe of handloom. You would know that you should be proud of your own state or your own country's handloom. So the difficulty here is people have to buy. People have to
Right.
understand that this is such a beautiful craft of our country.
Right. So how do we increase the demand of this organic fabric?
As I told you, it is a niche product. It's a very expensive niche product. So if we make it into a more production, or if at all with handloom we try and make a lot of people more weaving handloom so that we get more fabrics. And when we
Okay.
have more fabrics, it becomes a bit cheaper. When it becomes cheaper, more and more people will buy. Like in Orissa,
Mm.
if you go to a government store and look for a silk sari, the starting range is 25,000.
Mm.
And only in the occasions of weddings, people may buy that sari. If the starting is 25,000, with the golden zari and this and that, it goes to 2-3 lakhs. So
Mm.
understand, the buying capacity is there, but people would say, why would we buy one single piece for so much of money? In that, I can buy 10 more dresses or 15 more garments. You understand, the price divides.
Right.
So the products that we are making, it is lengthwise expensive, but when it comes to an outfit, internationally it goes very well. I have demand for international clients. Here we need to understand that we will make the second quality of this, and we should be selling in the market. But that doesn't
Right.
mean that we don't have cheaper handloom. We have cheaper handlooms. We have in every state, we have cottons which are handloom and handmade, which are cheaper. So with that, even we can do different designs. Now, any creative mind sitting here, even if I give you 6 handkerchiefs, you can make a wonderful outfit out of it, if at all you know how to make it. I have made shirts out of handkerchiefs. So you can understand that if there is scarcity of something, or if you cannot afford it, how to make it less and how to be more creative is all up to you. If you cannot afford a silk, pure silk, try with cotton. So, there are options that you can try. and there are different fabrics. Like World Designing Forum has got designers from all over the country. So if at all somebody is a member of World Designing Forum, and I want something from Kerala, I can ask some designer from Kerala who's a member of WDF. So this way we interact and we can get stuff from each state to the other state, and we can work on different concepts and things, mixing the handlooms and the fabrics of India. So students, those who want, institute, those who want, they can even contact us. They can get the fabrics from us. We can make it a huge, large, thing called WDF, the family, where we create different designs and varieties from all the states of our country.
Right. We are really very lucky to have you, Sabyasachi. And and from all the ups and downs that you have gone in the business, in the fashion field, going from scratch, knowing each and every point, and where to source it from, and how to sell it to the right audience. I mean, you have experienced everything, so we'll get many things to learn from you, and we are really happy for that. And
Thank you.
with that, I would also like you to ask to share some wisdom on some 5 steps to motivate our customers to purchase organic fabrics. How can we do that? Because whoever the customers comes in, they have their own ideas. They see something in the Pinterest or somewhere else,
Yes,
and
yes,
they bring
yes.
in that. So we have to educate them and we have to turn them. So it is
A lot
all
of
about
people
the
don't even know that they will look good in that outfit or not, but they come with the picture, make
yes,
me this one. But
yeah,
that
right.
is their idea. That is their idea of looking good or wearing clothes. See, as I told you, everybody's got a different taste.
Hmm.
Everybody's got a different know-how about the products. So we cannot ask everybody to love handloom. But
Hmm.
once they know what is handloom, they will surely fall in love.
Okay.
So selling is not the thing, but if at all I make a good design out of handloom, people will follow it. People will buy it.
Okay. Hmm. And as we know, handloom fabric requires time that people want to appear attractive. How can we use it in the glamorous world of today?
See, you might have seen in the video, even Diana Fenty was wearing a design of mine made out of cotton, sheer plain handloom, cotton handloom,
Mm-hmm.
and that
Mm.
is Odisha weave. So you can have a lot of beautiful stuff. Like I could have shared, but I don't have right now. But see, understand that anybody who wants handloom would look for it. Nowadays, we all have every information in Google. We have on Instagram. We waste time making reels. Why not to do research out of these things? Like in childhood, we were studied as like science, its uses and abuses. I will tell you now that in today's generation, social media, its uses and abuses. Abuses, we are wasting time on reels, watching somebody else doing something. People are liking it. If you have followers, you are somebody. That's a different segment altogether. But if at all you want to use it, there's a lot of information. There's a lot of ideas. There's a lot of fashion designing sketches. There are a lot of designs available. Work on it, check on it. Why only Pinterest? Your social media, Instagram has got a lot of stuff. So how do you want to utilize your time? Again, taste is one, that if you want to love handloom is up to you. Then comes your utilization of time. If you're utilizing it, then your talent, you have to show that how creative you are. If you are creative, then you have to show your talent and skills in making the product visible in the market and selling it.
Right.
Right, Namrata?
Yeah, very true. And as much as my knowledge, we have always been known that earlier human Adams and Eves and all, they started wearing just banana leaves around them, and
That
then
is a depiction. That is a
different
depiction
things.
of story. Somebody who made that story and
No, but
could not keep Adam and Eve nude, so they gave banana leaf and this and that. So yeah,
that
and
was also
that's
somewhere like natural things that we
yes.
use.
So from there only it started natural fiber. How to make it and everything. Here I would like Ravi to play the first video, please, for the students in the audience. Ravi,
Yes, sir.
the first video, please. And again, the second video you can play with the more fabric designs, Ravi. Yeah. So Namrata ji and Nisha ji and everyone, these were the fabrics made out of a lot of mixtures of cotton, jute, banana, hemp, bamboo, silk, and everything. So you can understand there can be a varieties multiplying with each other. And the colors that you have seen in the threads were natural dye. So everything is natural in the process, from making the fiber to making the yarns to weaving it to a beautiful fabric. Everything is natural.
They were really very beautiful designs. I'm
Thank
in
you.
love with them. So do you also
Sir, I would
design about the weaving part?
I beg your pardon?
Do you design also about the weaving part?
See, you do not have to design. It's like the textile designers thing. But if at all you want to be a complete designer, you have to create a fabric to design the fabric. From that, you have to imagine your clothing, your design of that outfit, to packaging, to stitching, to everything. Like Reena Dhakaji said the other day, you have to know everything. So I create my fabrics. I have, we all have this cotton towel in our states called gamcha. Like in Odisha, we have gamucha, in Bihar, we have gamcha, Jharkhand, we have gamcha. A lot of places, we have these cotton towels, checkers, like, very, very soft cotton and checks. I have made that gamcha fabric into prints, and I have literally got a lot of admiration, and a lot of people love it. So understand that everything is available. How do you put in your new ideas, mix the new, new technology into it and create it? Now, any of these fabrics, that handloom natural fiber fabrics that you saw, nothing, no machine were used at all, except for the garments that are made are stitched out of it with a machine. But or else everything is naturally made, like handmade.
All right. So,
Yeah.
what are the benefits of organic fabric to the skin? Does it also have an impact on the psychological or mental process, something like that?
In hot summer, what do you like to drink?
Definitely something cool.
And if you don't have a refrigerator, what do you drink?
Uh, where we store
Nariyal.
the water in mud pots.
Mud pot water, nariyal pani, that is coconut
Yeah,
water, nimbu pani. Did you
right.
say you can drink a Coca-Cola or a Sprite if it is not chilled?
No.
Exactly is my point. So Coca-Cola and Sprite, or juices which are kept in the refrigerator, are refreshing in the sun because it makes that feel good. But if at all you have lassi, you have coconut water, you have mud pot water, it actually gives you peace. The first of all, the peace of mind that you're wearing your own fabric of your own
Very
country and
true.
state. That is one. The
Yes,
second thing
very
is
true.
you are giving your earning to not to a rich textile mill owner, but to a weaver. Third thing is it is very soothing to your body. There are different GSM count of fabrics in natural fiber fabrics. There are thin to thinner fabrics. There are fat to thicker fabrics.
Okay.
All depends on the GSM. So it is good for winters as a natural clothing and fabric. It is best for summers. So understand, me sitting here in Bhubaneswar right now, we have gone through 43 degrees, 44 degrees. So I was feeling like I would wear something out of this, but I need to make it. I need to wear it. But whatever is available is general cotton, which makes you feel hotter. You need an air conditioning. You need air conditioning car. You need to sit under air conditioning. What gives you the soothing feel and feel good factor is your natural fabric. It is not only good for skin. If it is a thicker fabric, we have a lining, right? But if it's a thinner fabric, you can wear it like that. I would call the thinner fabrics as the mother of linen. It is like brilliant. It is much better than linen.
Wow. And also, do we exclusively use natural dyes for it, or may chemicals dyes also be used?
We can use chemical dyes too. Like if at all, I want to show you here. The colors that you see in the jackets,
Yeah, right.
everyone, the colors in the jackets are these are the acrylic fabric paints. I have just dipped the sleeves into the paint and it has become like this. And these can be washed, these can be done with anything. So similarly, if at all you can have natural dye, you can do with natural dye. But there's an article I would share, and you can share with the institutes and the students, Farm to Fashion by Dr. Binay Jenna from NIFT Bhubaneswar. How the onion peels, how the banana peels, how the the potato peels. With these, the waste of the kitchen vegetables, people are creating natural colors and dyes. It's a must to even learn about it. So we all have natural stuff, and slowly we are getting into natural stuff. As I told you, organic face wash, organic this, organic that, and we have a lot of organic, wearable clothing in our own states, and we are ignoring that, and we're getting into fancy.
Right. What are the benefits and drawbacks of producing organic fabric?
Benefit is like I told you, you are
Yeah.
making a weaver's family happy. Somebody earn money. You are a pride of your own state and a nation, because charity begins at home. You start wearing, everybody who loves you would understand why are you wearing. They will ask. If at all you make a good design out of natural fiber handloom, a lot of people would love to do that. Whoever can afford it. It's not that you're buying 5 kilos of gold. You're buying something unique. So why not to pay the unique price? You understand? So the drawback is if somebody just saves money and buys it is a different issue, but it is affordable. Most of the fabrics are affordable and you can buy it. And if you are passionate about wearing good clothes and wearing organic or doing something good for the country and the weavers, and why not? That's the benefit. Only thing is it may pinch few people. It is not for everyone, maybe. But if you realize, since our independence, people had been wearing khadi made at home. Every house had a charka, so they used to make their own fabrics. Like I had been dealing with tribal fabrics, tribal handlooms too, and the tribes make like a shawl in 3 months, 6 months, and they weave it in by their own hands for their own winters to come. So understand. So everything is a different story here. So the drawback is somebody who wants to wear it and can't afford it. That's a big drawback. But there are different varieties of handlooms that somebody can buy and wear.
Okay. Is there anything that is expandable in natural fiber, as people go for lycra, spandex? So in natural fiber, organic fiber, is there something like that that can be expanded or something like that?
In organic fiber, no, but yes, there's a couple of friends on Instagram I saw, and I got in the news. They have created leather out of cactus, and that leather is expandable. So
Oh,
in the weaves that we have here, a lot of things are not expandable. It cannot be. It is cotton, but there is one or two which are woven in a different way, which can be stretched a bit,
a bit.
not expandable, but it's stretched a bit. And maybe the weaving is such. But as I was talking about getting natural stuff and organic stuff, Yes, why to kill animals and put the skin into tannery and wear the leathers?
Mm,
The same thing can be done with the cactus, and people have started creating cactus leather, and which is brilliant to skin and good to wear, good to look at, and it looks amazing.
oh wow, wonderful. And is there any disadvantages of lycra for human skin?
Lycra, of
Yeah.
course, it is not. It is not a breathable fabric. It is not a
But
breathable fabric. So in cotton, like you
mm-hmm.
breathe, your skin breathes.
Right.
Lycra doesn't let you breathe.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, Namrata ji. So
Yeah, and
I, I have made a few designs which I would like to show that what can be done for the international market, for fashion shows, for people to wear generally, like wearable clothing. And Ravi would show that in the third video.
sure.
Ravi?
She call me up. I know what she want. Someone to get high with. Somebody to fuck. Saying she crazy. They call it a suicide. But I call it lost. She call it super life.
Yeah. Shorty so why she bought a pill, now she call it super life. Yeah. She want me come over, fuck her body, so she fuck me all the night. Yeah. Bitches in the club sell the souls for a drive to Cloud9. Yeah. Seem like they will do everything to feel a bit alive.
It's like she's so high, you can see it in both her eyes. She ain't even got emotions left. She ain't even got a pulse, don't try. You don't even wanna ask that girl. Better make 2 feet, 4 or 5. Everybody.
So yeah, so this was a mixture of Odisha Ikkat, that is a handloom of cotton and silk again, and with hemp, with banana and bamboo, that I have created this mixture of Ikkat and natural fiber handloom fabrics. So these were few designs. I have like hundreds of these, but I wanted to show this small little thing so that we can get an idea that what all we can do. The screen that I'm sharing right now, and the three things behind the outfits on the mannequin are, as I told you, with banana, jute, cotton, and silk mixed. And these all are good for winters. So I
Yeah,
may
for which
showcase
video?
this. Huh? Somebody said something. So these can be worn in winters. This can be winter fashion. So see, we can mix a lot of mediums and fabrics, and we can create a lot of designs, which generally people do. You don't have to be fixated to one kind of a fabric or do things. You can mix things. Like a lot of people may not like the banana or the hemp or the bamboo thing. I can mix it with denim. I can mix it with what is the handloom. I can mix it with silk, depending on how do you design and make it wearable.
When it is about the textile, it's always that when people are learning in the process of fashion design and things, so they have always seen different fabrics, different weaves, and then they start creating designs and pattern as per that. When it comes to the organic and handloom fabrics, people don't have that kind of an exposure. So if they have to use and start their business or something with the organic fabrics, so how do they start with it? I mean, should they create the design first, or else they have to do the research on the fabrics and design and then they have to start?
They have to do the research on what kind of fabric they may fall in love with, how it is made, how much time does it take, what kind of an effort is put together. I mean to say, underline one thing, that first of all, utilize your internet and the Google properly.
Mhm.
Research, search, go to places where things are being made, go to clusters of Government of India, MSME department and textile department of Government of India, or the state government. Find out what is being made. A lot of people are making pineapple, out of pineapple, even they're making fibers. They're making fibers out of wood. And coconut, we all know that how the coconut things are, coir is being used, and from Kerala and Odisha and Tamil Nadu, coir is being utilized for carpets and stuff. So a lot of utilization of these natural fibers are there in day-to-day life. So you will find out information if at all you look for it. You cannot say that I will sit at home and something will come to me. I will be sitting
Right.
and someday God of textile will come to me and say that, oh, this is the knowledge, please take it and start using it, become the number one designer. No, you have to run around. Sitting at your institute, your teachers will tell you whatever they know, whatever research they are doing, whatever they've seen, whatever they've learned, or the books that they will be teaching you. But get out of the things, go practically to the weavers, to the people, those who are making the fibers, the processes and everything, and you would know it is not difficult and it is not easy, but you're creating such a beautiful thing.
Right.
Yeah,
Very
Namrata.
true. And is there any possibilities that if you can share some light on the weavers part or the starting prices of the handloom on organic fabrics?
See, it varies. Like I have fabrics which are like meter 150 to I have meters 3,500.
Oh, wow.
So the prices varies depending on the work.
It's a wide range.
Yeah.
Uh, and is there any particular organic fabric that is more preferred for designers or any GSM that they have to go on?
Namrata ma'am, if you're a designer, you will create anything out of anything.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
you don't have to be preferring this, preferring that. A lot of people prefer to stick into one fabric because that sells for them. Their clientele is made out of that kind of design and fabric utilization.
Mhm. Very true. Very true. And thank you so much, Sabyasachi ji, for all your patience and
I
answering
love
so
to
many
because this is my
questions.
family. Our WTF is my new family, and if I don't answer and I don't tell you what I know, because it is not an interactive session, or else I would have cracked a lot of jokes and had fun with you people. You know that. But as the students are watching, and I'm very serious note of stay grounded. Means stay rooted. Look for your own fabrics, and tomorrow's fashion is all about organic. Means I get connected with people, those who are asking a lot about my fabrics and they want to. And do you know that if I have to weave 100 meters, it will take around 4 to 5 months for any of these fabrics that you see or have shown in the pictures. For 100 meters, I'll take 4 months minimum. So
Mhm.
understand that it's not only that I'm giving my time here. I would love to share these things because tomorrow somebody else would take it ahead, would create better stuff, much more easier things for people to buy it, to make it affordable. Somebody's ideas may click and somebody may do wonders out of these natural fiber fabrics.
That's right. I feel very honored and privileged to be asking you so many questions. And for the upcoming designers, they have really got a very vast idea on how they can take their career professionally and which way they have to take the direction. And that's really been a wonderful
Thank you.
session with you.
Thank you.
Uh,
And I would like to show another video that he would show, Ravi would show here, that not only fashion clothing things are made out of natural fiber fabrics, but in Uganda, there's a video. Ravi, can you show the fourth one? Every country is doing it now.
Bananas are one of the world's most wasteful crops. One company in Uganda has figured out how to pulverize them into fiber to make rugs, placemats, even hair extensions. First, workers cut the stems into celery-shaped chunks and leave them out to dry in the sun. Then they feed those strands into an extractor, like this one. This is a crucial step and the only part of the process that requires machinery. The extracted fibers dry again until they feel like a silky yarn, but one that is as strong as rope. At this point, it's also ideal for dyeing. The final stop is the weaving shed, where the making of household goods and handicrafts begins. It can take up to a month to weave a rug. The price varies, but many start at around $500.
Now imagine for a rug, you are giving a $500. If at all you guys can see This one is
Mm-hmm.
3 different designs of rugs here that has been made
Yeah,
out of
right.
jute and banana. So not only Uganda or America or Brazil or China, we are making it too. And this is the same process that we go through, that they have shown it. Now, they were weaving the rugs by hand. They were just doing the things. But you have seen the video where my weavers are weaving the fabrics. So everything is all about the thread, the yarn, the GSM, the count, and how to weave, what pattern to weave, and how good it would be for people to wear it, and what the utilization of the fabric. A lot of people, friends of mine saw the silk and hemp mixture of fabric, and they say, "Oh, that's a gunny bag." I said, "No, it's not a gunny bag." So understand, people say, "Arey, we get onions in these kind of gunny bags." I said, "I wish this was a gunny bag." So it's all about your exposure, that how much you know about it. And the same friend of mine, like the friend of mine who called that thing as gunny bag, the same fabric has gone to Japan in tons, because people love it there. So understand your exposure, your ideas, your outlook, how much you know about the world and what is happening in the world, all depends on your the way you use your internet, your connectivity, your connection with friends, your discussions, your hunger to acquire knowledge and information. All depends on that. One says it's a gunny bag, and the other person buys in tons because people love to wear it. Look at the difference.
Right, right. Very right. And may I know the relation of sportswear and organic fabric?
A sportswear in organic fabric, we are working on the same thing again, because sportswear is something where you need to it has to be your sweat absorbing and all the stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it is non-sweaty and all the stuff. So when people make sportswear, they generally have a different kind of a fabric. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? And here
Yeah.
we cannot make sportswear because this is too expensive to make sportswear. And if anything goes wrong with this, there is a designer sportswear. So understand, we can create
Okay.
a different mixture of handloom and some other material, maybe a bit of a nylon or a polyester or a cotton to other thing mixed, and we can create that. But a pure handloom cannot be a sportswear, as per my knowledge right now. You can wear it and run, you can wear it and jog, you can wear it and jump into a swimming pool, but not as a sweat absorbing fabric.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to tell our designers and the
You
team
know,
members?
Nisha ji was supposed to be asking something. She said
So we are also receiving some of the questions in the chat box.
that you can ask if you want to, Srishti.
Okay, sir. So someone is asking that we are using in few places like handloom has been replaced with the power loom. So it affects the quality of the fabric.
Of course, power loom. That's what I'm saying. That's a subsidiary. That's a substitute to handloom. So in power loom, you'll get more clarity about the weave and the design or the pattern made on the fabric. But handloom is expensive because it is given a lot of time and precious effort to that. Power loom is just switching it on and switching it off. So it is like any other fabric. And in power loom, yes, the weavers has to pull in their hand and make the waft and the they have to make it proper. But handloom is anytime expensive and better, and power loom is cheaper. So when you can't afford handloom, you can go for power loom.
Okay, so someone asked, can we use sustainability for teenage girls category? Means it works?
Sustainable fabrics for teenage girl
Yes,
category.
yes, yes.
Yes, yes. Sustainable clothing is for everyone. The muslin that you are talking about, if you make the muslin, an infant even wear a muslin, they're very comfortable and it's very good for their skin too. You understand? So the soothing cottons are even good for skin. So sustainable, any fabric is good for a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, or 70-year-old person even, because it's a breathable, good fabric.
Okay. Shrishti, is that over?
Yeah, I just received one last question, and this is, as sir is a well-known in handicraft, can we know, especially for people living in South India region, how can we resource it here if we want to start these kind of handicraft here? So I think World Designing Forum is the best platform.
Yes, of course. You want any information, anything about handloom, handicraft, designing, and everything, please contact WDF. Like you got in touch, and you're right now on the Zoom call and the sessions. You can get in touch with the number that you have, or else if you are a student, your institute can get in touch with us. Whatever you need. The expansion of handloom and handicraft is the prime motive. We are done with fabrics from Korea and China. We are done with it, and I feel ashamed when people say, oh, I am very vocal about local, and that person is doing something else with other fabrics and not handloom. So yeah, let's keep our Indian way of looking into things to ourselves and do the right things for our people. So anything you need in handloom and handicraft, WDF is there for you.
Okay, so last question is, any suggestion or thing that should keep kept in mind when using handloom fabric for newbie, that using for the first time? Is there anything that we have to keep in mind?
Try and realize and understand all kind of fabrics that's available, all kind of handlooms available. Pick and choose as per your pocket. Don't go overboard. If you're a student, you must be having a bracket of budget in your pocket. Do not go overboard, because half of the project may you may be ending up your money in the middle of the project. So understand the fabric, understand the GSM, understand the fact how it is made, what is the cost per meter, what kind of a design you want to make. While making the design, see that the best utilization of fabric is done. Do not waste any kind of a fabric anywhere. If it is even a small piece of a fabric, keep it aside, it can be utilized somewhere else. But do not go overboard. Try and make a budget for your outfit, how many meters, what is required, and go and choose as per your budget and make it and show it to the world.
So Madhuri Verma ma'am asked one question. Tell us about the drapability challenge of fabric.
The
Drapability
Draping challenge.
drapability.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Challenge.
The thick fabrics cannot be draped around, but it can be stitched very well. Like the GSM, depending on the GSM or the quality, like the banana fibers can be very thick sometimes, and those cannot be. But there are other fabrics, like you can see uh, anything in the hangers which are actually moving because of the ceiling fan are all drapable. Anything which is not moving is not drapable. Very simple. So that means the GSM of the fabric, depending on that, is how do you make it, drapable or not. Means I'm going to mix couple of things and make saris out of it even. So those are drapable again. But banana and pineapple and these things cannot be draped around. But yeah, once it is being stitched and done, it can be, very good to wear. Can you see these things in the hangers are
Yes, yes,
moving because of the fan? So yeah, these
yes, yes.
all are drapable. But if you notice that something on the chair is not, something next to the female mannequin is not moving because that is hard. Something again, hard, the mannequin is wearing, so it is less drapable because it's thick.
Okay. Okay. So one thing I would like to ask you,
Yeah, Nisha.
like Disha, yeah. Okay. Now you said that for 100 meters it will take 4 months to make that fabric, handloom fabric.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So now if we want to increase the productivity, as I mean, if we want to increase that fabric to each and every corner of our country, because like you said, we are taking the fabrics from Korea, China, because these things are easily available. Okay. So if we have to increase our productivity, then what is the measure we can take? Because this is the
Ma'am,
problem
I
where
told you before. Now, when we're talking about, like, before, people used to have a charkha, spin at home and do it and make khadi. Now, nobody has got time, so they're buying fabrics or else ready-made garments and they're wearing it.
Correct.
Now, for this
Correct.
event, the Skill India Development Government of India, the department is working on getting weavers. Like, a lot of weaving families are stopping; they're stopped weaving. So they
Yes.
are looking forward for more weavers, those who can learn. You understand? So they are going to
Correct.
set up more things and they're working on it. Like, whatever the weavers I have clusters of villages of weavers. I give them, and whatever maximum they can as human energy levels, as human capacity, they're doing it. You understand? So
Correct.
now more
Yes.
people come into the same process of weaving and working. We'll have more fabrics. And if it is, that's what I said, if it is produced in tons and lots, weavers are doing it by hand, then the prices may go down. But because there is less people weaving and there is less quantity coming out, that's why it is expensive.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Namrata madam, for shooting up so brilliant questions. We could,
Uh,
Thank you so much.
yeah,
we
really,
I hear, like, before ending the session, I would like to say that any of the students wanting to work on these natural fiber handlooms can get in touch with WDF office. We can have workshops on practical workshops here. We can do a lot of designing on these things. And as I told you, National Designing Award Designers Award is coming up, and that will only showcase the handlooms of India. So start working on it, because we would be taking students from different institutes and their designs, that the final year students and their designs, institute wise, in our Agra showcasing, and even in National Designing Forum, in the National Designing Award. So work on it. If at all you need any information, get into Google search, research, go to your local textile department, government of your state, find it out. Go to sericulture, where they make tussar and silk yarns and things. Go to handloom department of your state. Find out your own state first, information from your own state first, work on it, and then let's get into national.
thank you, sir, so much. It was a lovely eye opener knowing about these fabrics.
Srishti is writing, thank you, Nishaji.
Oh,
Srishti is
yes, yes.
writing, we have a stay on
Stay on
call,
the
we
call.
have a great news.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
So I would like to share a great news for all the fashion designers, that we have received an approval from ADA, Agra Development Authority, to organize a festival at huge premises to represent our Indian heritage and culture. In this fest, we got a chance to showcase and to sell our garments, our designs.
Amazing. Congratulations, everyone. So, Agra Development Authority has a self point, which is a huge area in Agra. And a lot of foreign tourists and everyone in Agra, they go and visit that place. There are eateries, there are food places, there are things. So now we have got the approval of that whole space given to us, WDF, and we would be having exhibition and come sale, and we would try and make that place like look like Nita Mukesh Ambani Center. So let's see. We will work on it, and all the designers will be working on it. I have few
yes.
ideas I will be sharing with the CEO of WDF, and I'm very excited that slowly institutes are getting together with us, and there's nothing called South India, North India, West India, East India. We all are same, and we'll work it out. Yeah, Nishaji.
Yes, thank you, sir. It was a lovely eye opener for knowing about these fabrics, and I'm sure that nobody has seen these fabrics on the screen till now. I mean, it was a live demo what you have given about this fabric.
Thank
Even
you,
we
thank you,
designers didn't knew about all these things. Thank you
thank
so
you,
much. Yeah, and I
thank
hope
you.
everybody has got the clarity of these fabrics. And now, as a member of WDF, our goal is to save the artisans who are in the edge of getting extinct. So I will request everybody to work on these handloom fabrics and stay connected with WDF and help us to get all these artisans back to our community. So thank you all, and see you all tomorrow. Now again, you have to fill your
one
yeah.
last thing, Nisha ma'am.
Anji.
This opportunity, including Goa Conclave, which is going to happen on 1st July. Both other things, if you want to be the part of both of the events, please, you can enroll yourself now. You can contact on the given number. And apart from that, we are offering the 30% offer is applicable if you applied now in the next few days or before 30th. And whatever be the amount we are having, we are giving you the 30 to 40% off as of now. So you can apply for both the events, and this will be applicable on the membership. Both the events will be completely free. Goa Conclave and the Youth Fest. Okay, so for more details, you can write down this number 98701 45341. For more details, you can contact on the same number.
Okay. Now all the designers, you can see on the screen, there will be a 30% to 40% discount for this Youth Fest. And plus, this is only for the person who is entering Goa Conclave. So everybody who wants to join in, please contact us and we will give you all the details. Starts from 12th May to
मैं सब्यसाची सतपथी भुवनेश्वर ओडिशा से। मैं एक फैशनिस्टा, एक टैरो कार्ड रीडर, एक ब्रिलियंट कुक हूँ और बिसाइड्स दैट मैं ट्राइबल आर्टिकल्स को नए अंदाज से बनाता हूँ।
This is Veena Dhaka.
Hello everyone, I am Nehal Chudasama.
नमस्कार, मैं सब्यसाची सतपथी।
Hi guys, this is Harveer Singh.
मेरा नाम रूमा देवी है।
खमा गणी हुकुम, मैं डॉक्टरी करती हूँ।
मैं शोभा सिंह, எனது பெயர் கவிதா செல்வராஜ்.
நான் உங்க பிரியாவின்.
सबके जोहार. मोर नाम आस्था किरण.
ഒരു ഫാഷൻ ഡിസൈനർ മുംബൈയിൽ നിന്ന്.
എൻ്റെ പേര് ആശ എം തോമസ്.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. సత్ శ్రీ అకాల్ సార్యాను. मैं हरप्रीत कौर.
ഇന്ത്യൻ ഹാൻഡ് മെയ്ഡ് ഫാബ്രിക്കിനെ ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്യാനും അതിൽ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്ന ആർട്ടിസാൻസിനെ ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്യാം.
World Designing Forum ने आयोजित केलेल्या नॅशनल डिझायनर कॉन्क्लेव्ह. World Designer Forum for the World Designing Conclave.
आभार, गणे मान हरक आभार, धन्यवाद.
बाबाई तुम्ही सब भी जल्दी जल्दी आवा.